So I just have a small wire here that I pulled out of a wire brush. I'm going to try to... Oh, I got it through. I got it through! We have penetration. See if we can get this thing back together. Alright, we've got our little spring that goes under the diaphragm. I believe that's all that was in here. Little flappers that are supposed to seat on the base plate. Don't know if they will or not, but we'll hope. Alright, and 2 screws was all that was holding it together. Two somewhat chowdered up, stripped out screws, I might add. Hopefully the gasket's good. Like I said, I found a diaphragm on eBay. Should have asked while I was down at my local mower shop, but I was just asking about the air cleaner, because all the air cleaners that I found were of a different style than this one. They all had like a rounded top, sort of, and the one she looked up was L-shaped. She was like, oh, I've never seen an L-shaped one before. So yeah, parts for this are seemingly hard to come by, so we're going to make do with what we've got for now. Alright, let's put our throttle plate back in. Should be good. It's the wrong way. I hate this thing. I really hate this thing. I'm recording with my phone, and more oftentimes than not, it seems like it starts recording, I see it start recording, and then it just stops. So, anyway, we put the carburetor back together. I don't know how much we got out of that footage, but anyway. We've got the fuel tank now. I don't know if we can get the light to shine in the right direction here. Getting light on the screen. Anyway, it looks, trust me, it looks a lot better than it did. I actually see metal on the bottom. It looks like there was actually very little rust in the tank itself, which is good. So let's go ahead and get the carburetor back on it. This is the original gasket. Again, I don't have a replacement. I don't know if I can get a replacement. So we'll take it one step at a time, I guess. So I picked up a can of True Fuel. I believe it's a synthetic fuel. I don't think, maybe not. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it on that, but I am going to, before I assemble it, I'm going to fill out our little overflow bowl with it there to give it, to at least give this little pump in here a little fighting chance, because I think that's all it's got left is a fighting chance. Alright, wait a second, we've only got 2 screws. It stopped again. So anyway, as I was saying, I'm not sure if we got this or not. Apologies if we're repeating, but I put a little bit of True Fuel in the overflow bowl in order to somewhat prime it, give the pump a little fighting chance, and yeah, right now we're just assembling the carburetor. Grab a pair of pliers here to give this little pinch on the top to hold our grommet on in for the choke. Alright. We'll mount our air cleaner assembly. Should have cleaned that out too, but is what it is, kind of, right? I just want to have this mounted so that in case it does fire up, and you're looking at the back of it. Hold on, let me flip you guys around to the other side. Alright, I think that's about all there is there. Let's turn everything around and look back down at the generator here. Alright, so as you can see, we have a little bit more on it than what we had on it before. And oh crap, I lost. Oh, there it is. Wind got in the way. Anyway, I put a muffler on it. That's not the original style muffler it had, but it'll keep from waking up the dead. Air filter. As I was saying, you may not have heard, but I stopped in my local mower shop, told him I had a Kawasaki FA130D on a Winco generator, and she looked it up, and all the air cleaners that I had would not fit in the housing this has, or not the air cleaners that I had, that I Googled and eBayed and whatever found would not fit in this. And the one that she looked up didn't look like it would fit in on it either. It showed a different style of air cleaner housing altogether. And she was like, wow, I've never seen an L-shaped one before. So I just said, well, tell me what you've got. Just give me a block of foam. I'll cut it to size. So this is what I got for about $5. We'll do that later. We'll run it with, see if we can get it to fire without the filter for now. But let me get the... Did we catch that? It stopped. I need to get my Canon going again, because I would much rather prefer to just let the camera run while I'm working and then edit out the stuff that I don't want than starting and stopping. Because starting and stopping when I'm trying to do something like this is a pain. Come on. Now my finger's stuck. It's not even a nut, that's just the freaking washer I'm trying to get on the damn thing. Really? Well, you know what, I'm gonna pause and put that thing on, and we'll be back later if I don't throw the thing on the side of the curb like the other guy did. So yeah, you guessed it. I turned the camera off first try and I got the damn thing on. Anyway, I'm gonna have to fiddle around a bit with this throttle linkage too, because that is the high side. That is the high side stop right there, which what I want to be able to do is adjust that so that when you ramp it up to full throttle, it will be running at 120 volts, 60 hertz under load. Idle, I believe you're supposed to be able to kick it down into battery charging mode, which is a lower RPM. I'm not sure, but as you can see, it has a stop there, but the stop does nothing. So let's get you back up on the tripod. We're just going to have to say, well, when it stops, it stops. And I'm going to back that off so we can idle it down if it does start. And if it does start, I'm going to pause, see what happens. Absolutely nothing.